and welcome to the channel. And for today's video is another pickup video. Sorry for the long delay in uploads. It's just that things have gotten in the way. I haven't really worked on anything lately, and also I've just been picking up a bunch of stuff. But also the old laptop that I originally was using to do all of my editing and whatnot. That laptop finally died. So it's I'm trying to see if I can excuse me, if I can salvage the drive and see if I can still recoup some of the files in it, because all of the software, all of the image editing software and all of that was on that computer. So I haven't had a chance to transfer everything to the new laptop that I got a few weeks ago. So I downloaded GIMP for the new laptop, because I was using Photoshop before, an older version, that I can't install on the new laptop. So I'm trying out GIMP. It's similar to Photoshop. Some of the features are a little different, so it's gonna get time to get used to it. Excuse the thumbnails if they aren't as are on par as the previous thumbnails that I used on other videos. But anyway, this video is gonna be just a demo of all of the stuff that I've picked up over the past couple of weeks, and even further than that, because there's a bunch of stuff that I never showed off that I've gotten that I just never showed you guys. So I'm gonna start off with a few of the more recent stuff. So I'm gonna start off with the classified series, and most you did see the last video of the pickups that I posted, the Storm Shadow, the Croc Master, the Alley Viper, and one of the Troopers. But recently I just got in some of the retro figures. So I got the Lady J. I got the Baroness. And I got the Destro. Pardon if you hear an alarm going off in the background. That's one of the neighbors' homes. So, of the regular classified series, I already had the Baroness that came with the motorcycle, and then I already had the Destro, the original Destro that came out on the first wave of classified series. I never got the Lady J because I didn't like the face print they gave her. So I was when I heard that they were gonna do her in the retro series and that they were gonna change up the face, that was the one that I went with. Although I was disappointed they didn't give her the other hair. They only left her with the cap option. It's still removable. You can still remove the cap, but they didn't give her the new set of hair. So that was disappointing. Just so you know, these are the I've got the retro boxes right here. The way that I did this is without ruining the artwork on the boxes. I just slit from the side, and I was able to pull out the plastic tray here, and that's how you do that. that was the Baroness. This is the Destro. I only left the briefcase in there, in his box. So these I got off of Walmart online. They sent them. I believe they sent the Destro and the Baroness together in one envelope, and there was some minor creasing on the card backs, but I don't care. I mean, I opened them, so I'm not one of those that displays them in box. But for those who are wondering, that's kind of like the damage that you can expect. All right. And then the Lady J was sent to me in a box by itself. So, but it was still managed to get damaged. As you can see, it's got a big crinkle in there. So yeah, they sent me this inside a box that could have fit all three figures, but instead they sent me just this figure alone and the other two in an envelope. Oh, and for accessories, I only have the her camera and one of her tips of her spear in there. So yeah, that was a kind of an odd choice by Walmart shipping. So I just want to do some quick comparisons for those who are wondering, differences and whatnot from the regulars. So I like I said, I don't have the regular Lady J, the standard release. So I'm just gonna compare the the Baroness and the Destros. So that's the on camera. That's the retro release, and then here is the if I compare. And I use these stands that come with the retro figures. They all come with these stands, and this is the one that came with in the motorcycle, the coil. So some minor differences. The black on the original release is chopsticks. Is a little less shiny than on the new release. She also has gray spots, gray paint on certain areas, and on the new retro release, it's just all black. Her gun belt has the Cobra logo painted. The new release does not. And I believe the shoulder pads. More detail on the arms there. Like I said, this is all black. The hair is the same for the most part. Yeah, it's the same part. And the face prints is what most people notice the difference. This one's a little more paler, the skin tone. This is a little more rosy. Of course, you can remove the glasses on this one, but it leaves some grooves on the side of her head, which is... so I'm just not gonna do it, but I mean, right, those are the grooves. So of course on that one, those are not removable. The rims of the glasses are all black. This one has some gold hints in there. I believe the face print is basically the same. They may have changed the eyes a little bit. The lips are a little more red on this one. This is a little more paler red. But like I said, you can see just from the light how it reflects. How the ones are more shinier armor than the other. So my plan is to try and get another one of these retro ones, because I'm not gonna get another one with the coil, because I don't need an extra motorcycle. So I'm trying to get another one of the retro ones. So my original plan was to paint one of these in blue. So I was thinking of painting this one in blue, and keeping this one in black, but then get another one to paint in red. So I have one in a black suit or blue suit and a red suit. So that's the plan so far for these. Okay, next up we've got Destro. So the retro is on the left, the original release on the right. And as far as differences go, again, just more paint apps on the original release. He's got some like gunmetal gray here on his armor, on his chest armor and his vest, on the shoulders. The belt is painted differently. You can see he just has some red applications here, whereas on the retro it has an M for, I believe, his company, right? Mars, whatever it's called. There you go, the Mars logo. The holster is all red on the original, while this one has some blue. I'm sorry, blue. Yeah, I'm not colorblind. Red, black, gray, and on the back it's also gray. This one's still all red. His gun is painted differently. Well, both guns, gold with black and red, and then black and all black. The boots are painted differently. This one is a more traditional gray color. The gray they're using on him is a little more saturated with a hint of leaning on red. And then the forearms, they're painted. This is a more gunmetal. This is just straight up silver. The heads appear to be the same except for some minor differences. You can see on the original release, he's got, you can see right there, let's see. He's got like there it is. He's got like a circle right there on his top of his head. This one does not have it. The gold chain on the original release versus the silver one on the retro, and then the eyebrows are painted on the retro versus not on the original. And if I'm not mistaken, Destro's eyes were green, but he doesn't have them painted here. I'll have to go back and check, but I think I just saw a recent cartoon on YouTube, and I believe his eyes were green. So yeah, those are some of the changes on this guy. I was debating if I even wanted to get the retro one, because I figured I could probably just redo this one into that one. But I caved and still got it. But I would think that of these original retro releases, I would probably, if you already have the Destro from the original classified release, Wave 1, I would probably skip getting the retro one. And if you just have the skills, right, repaint the parts, just paint them black, paint silver, paint black, paint gray, paint black, give them the eyebrows, and paint the chain silver, and that's about it. If you're skillful, you can try and go for the M on the belt, but I don't think it's necessary. So yeah, other than that, that's the only thing that I've picked out on this guy. I mean, the reds are different, certainly. The reds on this are a little more darker, and this more like a fire Ferrari red. So that's an option. Oh, and the collar, I can see the collar is fully painted. So it's all red on this on the outside, not on this one. But yeah, other than that, it's the same head sculpt, just minor differences on the top of the head there. Okay, so that's it for G.I. Joe. Let's move on to something else. So this is a more recent pickup. This is as recent as this week. So this is the retro Spider-Man from the cartoon series of the 90s cartoon. A good friend of mine was able to pick up 3 at Walmart here locally, and he was my supplier for this one. So thank you, dude. You know who you are. And also, so this is the card, right? So I've got all the extra hands in there, the webbing, and also opened it just the same way as I did the other ones from the side. So I was able to slip out the uh, the plastic there that was holding the figure. And yeah, this is it's a cool figure. It's it's only the third Marvel Legends Spider-Man that I have. I have the black suit, the one that came from this same line, all right. And then I had the black suit that came out with the 2-pack of the Kraven the Hunter. But I only got I got the figure separately, the Spider-Man. So this is only like, I mean, like I mentioned in previous video, I believe it was on the painting demo for the Page Puncher Batman. I don't really collect Marvel Legends. I wish I could, but that line is too far along that trying to catch up with a lot of those figures would be expensive. So I'm just gonna pick up whatever comes out and I'm able to see and pick up and like. But yeah, this is the only Marvel Legends Spider-Man that I have that is in the traditional blue and red costume, and it's cool. It's a nice figure. It does have a lot of posability. Limited in some places. I would still like to do some modifications for like be able to get him more like McFarlane style poses. So I don't know. That's a pretty it's a decent figure. Even though it's not like a McFarlane figure. I may do something to the face. I don't know if I'm able. I mean, even though the shape is not the same as how McFarlane drew it, this is definitely a more traditional style. But we'll see. But for right now, this figure is just staying as is for a while, other than just some maybe modifications here on the hips. All right, so that's the only Marvel stuff that I have. So let's move on. All right, so we're moving on to MOTU, Masters of the Universe Masterverse line, and as you can see, I was able to pick up recently Shira and Hordak. Currently, I'm displaying her in this setup, but of course, as some of you may know, but for those who don't, she does come with an alternate head and like gear. So this is the box. Okay, I found this at Target, I believe. All right, so there's the second head. The other is a fish. She comes with a fist and another hand. And then there's the alternate gear that she comes with the shoulder pads and a longer cape. I really do like this second head that they gave her. I'm thinking of getting a second one and just displaying her with that one. And then the Hordak box. There's his second arm, the alternate arm that you can switch out with other extended parts like his claw hand, 2 fists, a shield, and a blast effect. The arm is, I guess, what do you want to call it? multifunctional in that you can rotate it and use it on either side. So it's not just for his, I believe in the cartoon, only his right arm was the one that was able to morph into the different parts. So but yeah, you can switch it out for either one. You can rotate the hinge, twist the at the bicep because it's all uniform looking, and you can then plug it into the other arm. And yeah, cool figure. No QC issues that I was able to find on these guys. I've already done some slight modification on Shira. Um, excuse me. She like most of the female figures for the MOTU line, the way the legs are designed, they kind of look a little more. How do I say? The way they don't look like, they don't stand like normal women would stand, if that makes sense. Um, Women have a little more flexibility in their in the way when they stand. So usually they have a little more hyperextension in this part area. So the legs don't really go straight. They have like a slight arch, right? So what I do is I just carve out some plastic from the kneecap on the top and the bottom to just have the leg hyperextend a little bit further. That way it gets a bit of an arch thing going here. I still have to modify the her rump, remove some plastic here on the back so that the leg has better motion going backwards, because as of right now she doesn't really have any motion backwards. So by removing some plastic here in the back, it will enable her to go further back. And also even though she has good stance in a neutral stance like this, I still prefer the female figures to have the ability to cross their legs one in front of the other, right? So I'm gonna trim some of this part here down in her crotch area to be able to get the legs to go one in front of the other. And also the face paint is fine, but I believe it's applied slightly lower than it should be. So the lips are not properly centered on the mouth. You can see how the top, if you can focus on the top lip. Come on, man. Come on. Okay, if you look at the top lip, it's not really right at the paint. The lipstick is not at the edge of the top of the top lip, right? So I'm gonna have to do some fixing on that. Horak just came out fine. Although I may change her eyes, maybe modify the eyes. There may be too spread out, or not spread out, too wide open, you could say. So I may just repaint them and make them a little more less wide open. But yeah, so far, but other than that, no other issues. There was no gapping on the thighs, like the well, slight gapping there, like on the tila that we had to do some fixing. But beside that, the figure came out fine. The Horak came out just fine. And then we're gonna remove these guys and quickly show off the other ones. So I also have the newly released, or the most recent release of the Beastman. I'm finally able to get Man-at-Arms, and Fisto was a pickup that I had for quite a while, but I just never showed you guys. So all of these guys are fine, no issues. Still figuring what I'm gonna do as far as modifications. Probably this guy's just gonna need some shading on his skin tone, right? And for Man at Arms, again, maybe just some metallic paint on the armor and some shading on his body. This is a cool Man at Arms. All right, and the Beastman. The Beastman I have modified slightly, not as far as the figure, but just the paint application. This guy had a like an orange brown wash all over him. Well, a brown wash all over him that I removed. You can see some remnants of the wash there on his bicep, but you can see for the most part the entire figure is orange. So I'm gonna do a wash of my own. You can see here though how the plastic kind of dried up there as I was removing the wash with alcohol. I may have used or may have, no, I did use some of watered down acetone mixed with alcohol to remove some on this arm, because this arm for some reason was giving me a lot of trouble removing the wash. This one came out pretty quick. The rest of the body came out pretty quick, but this arm in particular was giving me fits. So I used some combination of acetone, like 9 parts alcohol and 1 part acetone. I guess some of it got a little on this plastic, because this is a little harder plastic versus this. So it may have this is what it may have done to it. So be careful. But I'm gonna, when I apply the wash, probably it's gonna get covered up. So, but that's that. I love this Beastman. That's a cool Beastman figure. More traditional looking. So for those who skipped out on the original release, I would highly recommend this one. I believe I don't have the box near me, but I believe this is part of the what's it called, the New Eternia Beastman. All right, and I believe that's it for, yes, that's it for MOTU. On to the next. All right, and we're moving on to McFarlane. So I was finally able to pick up the Hush 2-pack. I ordered this off of Amazon because it was quote unquote open box, so it wasn't in perfect conditions. There was some issues with the condition of the box, which I'll show you. As you can see, the box was torn, but again, since I don't keep the figures in box, didn't matter, so I got this for 31 bucks. The figures did come complete, all of the accessories and everything. These guys have already been modified slightly. So for those who know, the Batman had the issue with the paint application on the forearms, where traditionally Batman only his gloves only come like halfway or 3/4 up the way up on his forearm. I decided against doing that look, and I just kept the paint all the way up on the forearms and just removed the paint from the half of the on the hinge here because all of this was black, right? That's one of the main complaints that people were complaining about, The hinge was painted black, and the forearms were completely painted black. So I just removed the paint from the hinge here, from halfway, and on the back, on the elbow. You can see the remnants of the black paint there. All of this was removed with alcohol, so you can remove it with simple 91% alcohol. And the only issue that the figure itself was this hinge on his ankle. This one, you can see it's like split open, as opposed to this one that is completely tight. So I'm still able to pose it, but it's kind of loose. So I need to figure out how to tighten this up, because the hinge here, where the ball connects, it's a little marred. So I need to figure out how to fix this. And recently, about a couple of weeks ago, I believe at New York Comic Con, they announced the single release for this guy. So I had mentioned previously that there was a rumor that there was going to be a second release. So a single carded release. So yeah, it's going to come in the blue, the darker blue with the large bat. So probably getting that one as well. And then the Hush, I have modified slightly. Cut open the coat and gave him. I had previously bought the what's it called? The Batman, the multicolored Batman, Zoar N or something like that. I just call him the Fruity Pebbles Batman. I bought that guy for customization purposes, but I took out his midsection and gave it to this guy, because this guy only came with like a small. Let me pause and I'll show you guys. Okay, so as I had it in my bag of parts. So this is the part that comes with the Hush figure. That's his midsection. Since the coat is closed, you're not meant to see what's underneath, right? So he when the coat is closed, this guy had a ton of possibility of bending forward and backwards and all of that. But I didn't like the closed coat look, so I wanted to give him something right now for be able to at least show something in his midsection instead of just this, right? So I gave him the midsection from the Fruity Pebbles Batman, and also the belt from that Batman. So the reason I got that one, that's already in pieces, so I'm not gonna show you. I am gonna show you though the reason why I got it, because I really like this head sculpt. The head sculpt is very, it kind of looks like how, McFarlane drew his Batman, except for, the ears aren't as long. So what I want to do is get this 3D scanned and have some prints made out, and use this head sculpt going forward for most of my Batman customs, because I really like this head sculpt. This is pretty much the same head sculpt as the Year 2 figure, except you can, switch this out. It's not like this one, since this is also the same body that they use for the Year 2. This one comes attached at the neck, right? So, sorry, you're not seeing. It comes attached at the neck, so the head and the neck are all one piece. As opposed to this one, where you can still pop it off from the head. So this is more customizable. So I would have different versions of this head done. One with longer ears, with the ears a little more centered, all of that. So I'm trying to look for a place that is able to 3D scan and print it here locally in TJ or in San Diego, whichever. But yeah. Oh, another thing on this guy, I did have to coat him with some matte. matte finish because he was a little shiny. So a tip for those of you who want to dull down the shine on your figures, the just use some matte. Um, I use the Krylon matte spray so it helps tone down the shine. You can see the difference here on the neck as I was moving him. You see the bottom part here on the neck that is hidden. There you can see the difference from this line up. You can see how the black is different versus the versus the more shiny underneath. Right. So there's that. I've got a. Let's see what else did I got. McFarlane. Give me 1 second. Okay. So some of you may recognize. I don't know. Oh, I've already swapped out parts, but so I was able to get the what is it? The Death Metal Wonder Woman. Oh, I have the box right here. Yeah, the Dark Knight's Death Metal Wonder Woman. Right. So I got this off of Amazon for like 13 bucks a couple of weeks ago, and the reason that I got it was because this is what you're seeing in front of you is pretty much what I always wanted to do with the Wonder Womans that have been released by McFarlane, which was switch out some parts. So this is the body from the Death Metal Wonder Woman, and the limbs, the arms and the legs and the head are from the Last Night on Earth Wonder Woman, right? But this is as if you already for those who have already seen that video, you know that I modified the head to give her some hair. So this is why I wanted the Death Metal Wonder Woman all along. As you can see, this is a little more traditional looking Wonder Woman costume, right, with the full bodice, and as opposed to showing off the midriff. So I thought when I first saw these figures, I was like, this is what I need to do, because for me this is gonna look more like more metal, right, for this Wonder Woman, and this is gonna be a more traditional looking Wonder Woman. Now the issue that I came up with is, as you can see, this one looks like she's got no neck. This one looks like she's got too much neck. So I'm gonna have to figure out how to make this neck, make this head rest a little lower and get this head to rest a little higher. I've already even switched out the ball joints on these figures, because this one was shorter, this one was longer, so I switched them out. So this one, I'm talking about the original figure, right? The original Death Metal ball point was longer, so this is what I'm sorry, this was longer, this was shorter, so I switched them out. I don't remember. The point is, I already switched out the ball joints, and it still looks like she's got too long a neck, and she looks like she's got still a short neck. So I'm gonna figure out a new way to extend the head up on this one and make this one shorter. I'm probably gonna remove the cape as well. Maybe, I don't know. It was a lot of work to cover this and skin tone match. I'm gonna have to do it anyway because her original skin tone is paler, right? You can see the tone from the chest versus her face and the rest of their arms, right? Arms and legs. So if I'm gonna repaint this, I'm gonna have to. I still have the paint. Actually, I still have the original paint left over from this, so that's gonna be easy. And I'm just gonna have to repaint this part over here. So that's an update on this. So look forward for those customs to come out in the future. Let's see what else McFarlane I've got. Okay, so next up I'm showing another of the more recent releases. What is this smudge that I'm seeing? Oh. I'll fix this later. Anyway, the Speeding Bullets Batman, or Superman, or both. It's actually titled Superman, oh wait, Batman, Superman Speeding Bullets. Batman, Superman Speeding Bullets. What's the box? Okay. I actually have the comic, and I was hoping, praying miraculously, McFarlane would release this figure sometime, because it is an awesome looking Batman, right? I say Batman in quotations because he's basically a 50-50 Superman and Batman. So, but I believe he's supposed to be Batman in the story, and at the end he becomes Superman, which sucks. But yeah, this figure is awesome, awesome. I love it. Again, some of the limitations are in the posing. He does have more ab crunch than most McFarlane figures, but still, I think he can go a little. I can try and get a little deeper crunch on him. So we're gonna have to do some modifying there on the inside. And I think that's a pretty good crunch. Everything else works perfectly fine. Actually, now that I remember, I think I did do something to the ball hinge on this guy. I don't remember if it was on the waist or on the bell on the top. It was situated where yeah, it was down here, where his waist, his abs were facing slightly to the side, right? Because the ball joints that McFarlane uses have like divots, right? That offer like the resistance, right? When you move your figure, you bump, bump, bump. They have like little bumps. I guess ridges is the opposite, or divots are the opposite. So the ball joints have bumps on them to offer some resistance, right? But I guess they were molded incorrectly, because I had noticed on different reviews of this figure that they were all having that issue. So I just popped the ab section off, shaved off the bumps on the ball joint, and now it's a smooth moving figure. There's no resistance whatsoever. I also coated this in a matte clear coat, because it's also was a little shiny. So do that as well if you want. But yeah, this is an awesome figure. Probably gonna give him the a custom cape as well. So stay tuned for that. Oh, this guy comes with a stand, which is the stand that I was using for the Spider-Man. So this is a DC McFarlane flight stand that comes with the figure, the Speeding Bullets. Let's see what else. 1 second. Okay, so in the last video I showed I had picked up the Green Lantern superpowers. So I was able to pick up the Flash. I found the Flash along with the Batman Who Laughs. Excuse me, the Batman Who Laughs But I did not pick up that one. I didn't need it. Don't want it. So, oops, there we go. So, I thought the Flash was cool. Got his box right here. Packaging. Again, the same. Sliced it from the side. Slid out the tray. And there you have a perfectly intact card back. And then on the finally, this one I had for a few months. The Batman 66 Catwoman from the Julie Newmar. Not that I'm not fond of the Eartha kit, but I prefer the Julie Newmar Catwoman, so I picked that one up. Excuse me. So there's that, and I believe that is the last McFarlane figure I have on hold. Yeah. So let's move on to the next. Actually, I lied. Still have one more McFarlane I want to show, which is the Justice League Batman. Picked this up at a toy show here a few months back. The tactical suit Batman with the goggles down, which is fine. Preferred, better for me. I don't like the one with the goggles up. So the plan for this guy is to repaint him in a combination of metallic blue, gunmetal, and silver. The idea is to like modernize the blue and gray suit, right? Because all of the suits that so far from the recent movies, they've all been, either, well, mostly black or mostly gray, or black, combination of black and gray. No one has tried to do a blue version or add in blue, so I'm gonna try and do that. Trying to figure out which combos are gonna work best. So yeah, stay tuned for that one. Okay, on to the next. And we're gonna finish off with some Transformers. So in the back we've got the Legacy Blaster, and next to him we have the Studio Series Bumblebee Ratchet. I did find the Ironhide, but I did not pick them up. I believe that's more available, so I'm waiting to see if I can pick that up at a cheaper price. If not, I'll just pick them up in a few weeks. Then we have the Studio Series 86 RC, the Studio 86 Perceptor, and this is the buzzworthy Bumblebee Cliff Jumper, which is a re-release of the Cliff Jumper from I forget what was he released. Was this from the movie, from Studio Series 86? I don't really remember. But this one has a different color scheme. Oh, and I do have. Where did I put him? Where did I put him? Actually, there were still more that I forgot. We got Cup, and finally, no, actually not finally. Still got one more. Oh my God! So this is the Silver Streak, the in blue, or I guess you could call this guy Blue Streak. Even I get confused. I forget which what is his original name. Silver Streak. Got the packaging out there somewhere. Still one more to reveal, but I've already run out of room. So all of these guys are in line for some modding in one way or another. Um, the The studio series are probably the easier ones. From the Bumblebee movie are the easier ones to like pick out parts to customize, because they've got so much detail as far as like exposed robot parts and whatnot. So as far as the inner workings of the robot, that's what I mean. So a bunch of gunmetal and all of that works fine on these guys. The more tune color traditional style figures, those are you gotta pick your spots, right? Um, the RC is slightly modified. Half her car is missing. This is the other half of the car. It's not supposed to break apart like the Earthrise RC, but you can take this part off real easily. It's just pulled on by these two on this hinge here. They're just two knobs that you can easily slide off. Alright, so let this focus. There you go. Anyway, you can just easily slide this off. No problem. But yeah, I got one more to show. So 1 second. Yeah, so the Studio Series Studio Series 86 Slug, or Slag as he's originally known as. I was able to find this guy inside of Toys R Us, the Toys R Us section inside of Macy's, one of the Macy's stores, in the one in Bonita, at Westfield Mall in Bonita. So they actually have a decent section of Transformers there, but that's about the best thing that they have. They have a Marvel section, but it's mostly kids' toys or the 12-inch figures. Simple, but the more affordable Marvel stuff. No Marvel Legends or anything like that. But I was surprised to find this guy there. It was slightly damaged. The box was slightly damaged, and I got them at a discount price. Normally these are 50 something, 56, 52 or something like that, with tax and everything. But I got this guy for 42 bucks plus tax. And I didn't notice at first, but I believe this might be some kind of return or something, because the fire effect is missing from him. So and I didn't notice that until I opened the box. Here's the box. Here's the box. You can see it was slightly damaged here at the top. So and at the bottom you can see some, right? So I believe that was why it was on discount. But you'll see there's the spike right there. But the reason why I didn't know this figure came incomplete, is because the fire effect on the tray is on this side. It's hidden behind the drawing here, so I couldn't see, and I didn't notice until I got home, pulled the figure out, and I was like, huh, you know what? I think there's something missing. And sure enough, the fire effect is not in there. But that's okay. I don't really need it, right? But yeah, so I've got all three of the I don't think I even showed off the sludge. Oh wait, no, that's not. Which one? Yeah, sludge, right? That's the other one that's been released. And Grimlock. So I've got the three so far that have come out. And also it's yeah, sludge. So far all three. This one was the most elusive, because I couldn't get him when he was released, because he was released during the pandemic. right, right in that part of the pandemic where, mid-year, so impossible to be able to find here. And I thought that I was not gonna be, I was have to pay some aftermarket pricing to get them, but like I said, I had gone into that Toys R Us in the section and Macy's a couple of times prior to, and didn't find anything really that I wanted. Actually, and now that I'm looking at it, see, look, I have one more for you to show you guys. Go. But the This guy, I thought, I'm gonna have to pay eBay prices, but I was able to find him there. So do go and check out your, if you got a Macy's, check out the Toys R Us section and see what else, if you can find something, for yourself that you've been looking for a while. But like I said, they do have a decent Transformer section. They do have a lot of the Legacy and Studio Series figures. I just saw the last time I went, I did see the Soundwave there, but I already have the Soundwave. I think I showed you guys on the last video. I think I did. I hope I did. If not, I'll show you them right now. Pretty sure this is gonna be the last batch, because I think that's very much covered everything. So yeah, just in case I didn't show it before, there's the Soundwave. All right, I found him at a Walmart. I think I did mention it, that I bought the Soundwave first and forgot to get the Ravage, and then I bought the Ravage elsewhere. So yeah, but in case I didn't show them, here's the Soundwave Studio Series Bumblebee. And then I did pick up Blitzwing in stores. Right, I believe I found them at a Target. Can't seem to find this box here near me, so pardon that. And then finally, the Jaxus, Legacy Jaxus. I do have the original Generation 2 comic where this guy debuts. I remember reading that story and thinking, who the hell is this guy? I don't know him from the cartoon. Therefore, I reject him, because the cartoon is mostly my canon for Transformers, right? So, but I still thought the figure was awesome, so that's why I got him. The plan for this guy is to repaint him along with RC using a pearlescent white. So whatever you see here, white on this guy, is gonna be painted, as well as on the RC figure, the Earthrise RC, not the Studio Series 86 RC. And how am I going to paint them? I think I mentioned this in a previous video, so that's it for as far as action figure pickups. But I did mention, I think in a previous video, I forget which one, where I said I picked up an airbrush, but I don't believe I showed it. So this is the In-Show Over Era Intelligent Auto Airbrush. What does that all mean? Auto stop, auto start, auto protection. Basically, this is one of those compact battery charged airbrushes. I've seen a lot of reviews on these guys, not this particular model, but they're pretty much all the same. They all come from the same factory, just different branding. But overall, I've seen a lot of reviews on these type of airbrush systems where they come with their own rechargeable air canister. This is charged with USB, right? So it's just a simple charging with a USB charger and I've already tested this airbrush when I got it, but I'll just show you guys how this works. You just screw this on until it's tight, and they should be charged. There you go, you can hear it. Double action, so you press to get air and you pull back to get paint. So let me show you, let me see, just to show you how much force is thrown on this. You can see, right, this is my old wrist bracer from Comic-Con this year. So yeah, it says it's rated up to upwards of 30 psi. So there's a charger part right there. This is telling you that it's on. It's because of the lights, but it lights up. This lights up. But yeah, I tested out with just some water to see how the if there were any clogs, how it was, how the airbrush was not vaporizing. What's it called? Atomizing the contents. So it works fine. Yeah. So it comes with a canister. It comes with the paint receptacle up top, right? And then it comes with various other paint. It comes with other paint options. You know, the canisters. And then here's the charger. It's got the cap for the canisters, and then 2 of those, and then some cleaning accessories, and you know, some gaskets in case the ones that are on there break down over time. So yeah, it's a fully complete kit. I wasn't ready to invest hundreds in my first foray to airbrushing, and have been looking at these kits for a while now. So I'm gonna test that out when I do the repaint on the G-axis and the RC figure, and see how it goes. All right. So yes, sorry for the long video, but there was a bunch of stuff that needed to get covered. I'll hopefully, you know, I'll try not to take a month or so before posting another video. But yeah, just some things have been getting in the way, and yeah, so hopefully I'll start posting more stuff soon. So thank you for watching, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.